Hello guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. So my name is Mr. Pauline. Now today we're looking at the VID theory lesson 5. Now we have been going through some courses. I hope you have been watching those courses. So this is course 5, hopefully this one is the last course. So today we're going to be looking at the 5 classes of Zimbabwean traffic road signs that we have, right? So obviously we have danger warning signs, regulatory signs, and on and on. We're going to be looking at each and every one specifically. Now in this video I'm going to be tackling those diagrams that I have noticed that some students do get hung over, or they simply confuse some students. So these are some of the traffic signs that I have seen to trouble most of the students that I have taught personally. So I just thought I should compile them in one video and make it seem easy and effortless for you. So the whole objective is for you to go through this course or these courses and be able to have a full understanding of these things, so that you can just go and get that pass on first attempt. Because pass on first attempt is very important. It's very important for your money. It's very important for your time. Okay. So like I said, we have these 5 classes of road signs and signals here. So we have danger warning sign, we have regulatory signs, we have informative signs, we have traffic light signals, and we have carriageway markings. So obviously these are some of the signs that we have. So don't worry much about that. We're going to be looking at them specifically as we go on in this video. Now the first one that we're going to be looking at is danger warning signs. So danger warning signs. So these are some of the danger warning signs that we have, right? So this is a warning of a curve ahead. This one is a warning of a sharp curve. Do you see the difference between warning of a curve ahead and warning of a sharp curve? Because we do have this sharp curve here. This is just a simple curve, right? So this one is a sharp curve, so do take note of that. Then we also have a warning of a double curve, as you can see here. So this one curves here and also curves here. So that's also a warning of a double curve. So one thing that I do want you to take away from this slide is that there's a distinct difference between warning of a curve ahead and warning of a sharp curve. On a sharp curve, we do have that sharp turn over there. So do take note of that. Now let's move on to the next one. This is warning of a dip. So we do have this dip here, and this is warning of a hump. So you can see this hump, right? So this is warning of a hump here. So do take note of that, warning of a hump in the road and warning of a dip in the road. So these are 2 distinct signs. So now we are just looking at some similar signs, but they do have some difference. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that questions at VID, they are most asked in this manner, where they can take one sign and give you the answer to the nearest correct sign. So do take note of that. Now moving on to the next slide. So here we do have warning of animals in the road, right? So these are some of the signs that you just do need to know. Okay, so we are not going to pay much close attention to that one. Now moving on to some tricky questions. So these are some of the tricky questions that VID will throw at you. So you just need to know that the first one is road narrows to the right. As you can see, here we do have a warning sign that road narrows to the right, and this one we do have a warning sign that road narrows centrally ahead. So this is sort of a central narrowing, right, in that both sides do narrow to the same degree. Then we also have this one where the right side narrows to the left. So do take note of that. So this is one of the signs that VID do love to put in the equation. So for example, they can give you the sign and all of these will be your answer options. So you do need to know that, you see, this road is narrowing towards the right. So this road narrows to the right ahead. This one narrows centrally and this one narrows to the left. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Here we do have a vehicle check ahead sign. Okay, so this is a warning of a vehicle check ahead. So what are you supposed to do? Well, this sign is usually put when we have police in front. So when you see that sign, what you do is you should expect to be stopped and for the authorities to check your vehicle. Maybe they are looking for a criminal that might want to escape that location through a vehicle, or maybe they are looking for some stolen goods, or even a murder weapon that was committed, or anything. It can be anything that the police or the authorities might find it justifiable to search your vehicle. So what you should do, you should slow your vehicle down, then expect to be stopped because there's gonna be a possible vehicle check. Now moving on to the next road sign here. Here is a warning of a physical barrier. As you can see by this, this signifies a physical barrier. So what should you do? You should slow down and follow instructions. So probably there will be proper instructions that will accompany that physical barrier so that traffic will flow smoothly. So most likely there will be a detour to follow. So all you just need to do is slow down and follow instructions. Then you also have this sign. This sign is what we call a warning of a narrow bridge here. Okay. So what should you do? You should reduce speed and exercise caution because we are entering into a narrow bridge. So one of the things that you are not supposed to do at a narrow bridge is overtaking, right? And so that's one of the things. Also, you also need to be aware of your vehicle width. That's one of the things that you also need to take note of when you come across a narrow bridge. Because what if your vehicle is not able to fit at that narrow bridge? Okay, now looking at some confusing danger warning signs, we do have this sign here. So this is what we call a warning of a change of road, or change of the condition of the road. Okay, so change of the condition of the road. So what do you mean by that? You can see that we have a nice tarred road, but here we're entering into a gravel road. So I've always said to you guys that if you see a sign like this, remember you are traveling from down to up. So you're traveling from a wide tarred road to a gravel road. So do take note of that. So it's a warning of a road that's turned to a gravel. So a nice tarred road is turning to a gravel road. Okay. Now looking at the second one, remember you're traveling from down to up, right? From bottom to up. So I'm moving from a gravel road and to a wide tarred road. So probably you will be very happy when you come across this sign, and you will not like it when you come across this sign, because you are about to travel from that wide road into the gravel road. But here we are traveling from the gravel road, and you'll be happy to enter that wide tarred road. Okay. Moving on to the next one, we are still on danger warning signs, guys. Here I've already talked about this, right? Warning of dip. Here we have a dip, here we have a hump. So what you're supposed to do is just reduce speed and exercise caution when you come across the sign. Now this is one of the most tricky questions that they do throw at you in the exam, right? So I want you to pay close attention as I explain this. So we do have what is called a steep ascent, a steep descent. Steep descent just means that you are going down, as you can see here, and it's a steep descent. And a steep ascent just means that you are going up. Okay, so this is a warning of a steep descent, this is a warning of a steep ascent. So do take note of that. That is very important. Okay, so one of the questions that do come a VID, it comes very regularly, is that what are you supposed to do at a steep descent, and what are you supposed to do at a steep ascent? So there is just one answer. What you're supposed to do at a steep descent is just engage gear, and that is also the same thing that you're supposed to do at a steep ascent. You engage the lower gear. So why do you engage a lower gear at a steep descent? Well, I've already spoken about this in our video. I think it was titled Tackling VID Most Tricky Questions, right? So do make sure that you go to that. I think I'll leave a link to that video in the description of this video so that you can get a full understanding of this. But basically we are just talking about the lower gear. Yes, higher power. So higher power, you need it when you're going on a steep ascent because you need to move against gravity, and it also has low speed. The lower speed you need it when you're traveling down the hill. So when gravity is working with you, not working against you, you need the lower speed of the vehicle to actually be a braking effect so that you will not lose control of your vehicle. Okay, Moving on to the next question. This is warning of a hump in the road, so we'll talk about this, right? Now this one is quite exciting. This is a warning of a stop or give way sign ahead. So when you see this sign, it means that either you come to a stop sign or you come to a give way sign ahead. So this just tells you that as you are moving, expect to see a stop sign or give way sign in the road ahead. Okay, so that's what the sign means. Moving on to the next one, we do have this sign. These signs are quite tricky, right? Most people do struggle with these signs, so please do make sure that you pay close attention. So this is a warning of a width restriction. Okay, so width restriction is here. This one is a height restriction. So width, we do have these sharp triangles, right? And they are like this. So if anything that you have something like so they are telling us the horizontal distance, right, that it has to be 2.7 meters. So when you have something horizontal, it means that it is width restriction. Then we also have vertical, right? Vertical, up and down, from bottom to up. It means that we're talking about height. So the height is 3.7 meters. Okay, so you expect to see this sign when you're entering a narrow bridge, a flyover, we're talking about the width here, right? Even a tunnel. So that's also one of the things. So that's when you expect to see the sign. So you also expect to see the other sign, this height restriction, when you're also entering a tunnel. A tunnel, you're talking about your vehicle be able to pass through the clearance in the tunnel without it stop touching the edge of the tunnel. Then we can also see this height restriction sign in flyovers. If you are going under the flyover, so you also need to check if you have enough clearance. So you also need to check if you have enough clearance for your vehicle to pass through. Okay, now another sign is the length restriction, right? As you can see, this shows you that from the front to the back of the vehicle is 15 meters. So it means that your vehicle should not be greater than 15 meters when you come across this sign. So another way to differentiate between the width restriction, the height restriction, and the length restriction is that the width restriction is usually the lowest, followed by the height, and lastly is the length. Because on a vehicle, right, the length is usually the highest, the height is usually the middle, then the lowest is usually the width. Okay, so the width is usually the lowest length of the vehicle. Okay, and the height is usually the middle longest length of the vehicle. Then we also have the length, right? So the length is usually the highest. Moving on to this, so usually these signs you now find them when you have road intersections, right? So here is a warning of a road intersection, here is a warning of a side road, and here is a warning of a crossroad, here is a warning of another road intersection. So one thing that you can take away from this is that a Y road intersection is the same as this. Okay, so remember, I always tell you that you move from bottom to up. So here you are moving from bottom to up, so you are coming into this road, so obviously you have to stop here, right? So you are moving in this direction going up, so this is a warning of a road junction. This is a warning of a side road because you are in this road here, you are moving up, right? So this one is a side road. Okay, so this sign is different from this sign in that this sign is a warning of a road junction, this one is a warning of a side road, because in this sign you are moving in this direction, right? You are moving up. Remember, I always say move from bottom to up. So here is what we call a side road. Okay, so here is usually the main road here. Okay, and here is a side road. Now here is what we call a cross road ahead. As you can see, we have these roads that do cross here. So here is what we call a cross road ahead, and here is what we call a road junction. So guys, I hope this one was very helpful. So one thing that you need to take note of is this sign here, which is a T inverted, which means that this sign is a warning of a side road and this one is a warning of a crossroad. All the other signs are just warning of a road junction. Okay, so that's just to put it in a simple way. Moving on to the next sign. Here is a warning of an animal crossing place. Okay, so as you can see, crossing place here. So this is when animals like cows cross from one side of the road to the other, right? So here we have this sign. Here's a warning to look out for an elephant or an antelope or other wild animals on the road. Okay, then we also have this sign. Here is a warning of a slippery road. As you can see, this sign, as you can see, this car is slipping here or skidding, right? So do take note of that. Okay, now here is something very interesting. I want you to pay close attention here. Here is a warning of a stop or give way sign ahead. Okay, here is a warning of a crossroad ahead. So most people do get confused about these signs because they are almost similar. As you can see here, we do have this cross. There's also this cross, but one distinct feature about this sign is that here we do have two triangles. Here we have a triangle and a rectangle. Okay, so when you have two triangles, it's a warning of a stop or give way sign ahead. But when you have a rectangle here, it's a warning of a crossroad ahead. Okay, so do not mind this cross here. Okay, so just take a look at what shape do we have at the bottom here. If it's a triangle, it's a stop or give a sign ahead, and if it's a rectangle, it's a crossroad ahead. Now in the next video, we're going to be looking at regulatory signs, so I do hope you will not miss that one. So thank you so much guys for watching. I hope this one was very helpful, and if you really like this content, please do make sure that you give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for our latest content. So thank you so much guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.